What's going on, Lloyd Pod family? Let's get in that word right quick. We in Genesis chapter 14, verses 10 through 12. Let's get in that exegesis. Beginning in verse 10 of Genesis chapter 14. Now the valley of Siddim was full of asphalt pits, and the kings of Sodom and Gomorrah fled. Some fell there, and the remainder fled to the mountains. Verse 11. Then they took all the goods of Sodom and Gomorrah and all their provisions and went their way. Verse 12. They also took Lot, Abram's brother's son, who dwelt in Sodom, and his goods, and departed. Genesis chapter 14, verses 10 through 12, exegesis. Let's get in that word. The valley of Siddim, okay, located near the unalived sea, was filled with asphalt pits. And what asphalt pits are, they're pretty much hidden traps beneath the surface. So externally you can't see it, but the asphalt pits, once you go inside, internally it's a hidden trap beneath the surface. This is symbolic of how sin appears appealing externally, yet internally it hides destruction beneath it. Like in 1 Samuel, what Yahweh Elohim said, that man looks at the external appearance, but the Lord, Yahweh, looks at the internal appearance, the heart of the individual. So sin, it externally appears good looking, just like in the Garden of Eden with the tree of knowledge of good and evil, how Eve looked at the tree, she saw that it was good for consumption, but when she ate it, it led to corruption. So Sodom and Gomorrah's kings fled in chaos, showing the instability of nations built on moral corruption, as Sodom and Gomorrah was a nation built on moral corruption. Present truth, there is great present truth in this, with end time parallelism in this story. So the end time powers of Revelation chapter 17 and 18, with the woman sitting on the beast with the cup filled with the wine that indoctrinates the nations, this is symbolic because it's built on false worship, just like Sodom and Gomorrah was built on false worship. It wasn't just the homosexuality that led to the destruction. That was just a part of it. Everyone always likes to emphasize that aspect of it, but it went way beyond that. It was the actual doctrines that filled the city. Also, scholars say that the text, it's biblical, that the streets ran of blood. So collapse under their own corruption as Yahweh exposes their foundations. The enemy seizes the goods, judgment on a corrupt system. When the 4 invading kings plundered Sodom and Gomorrah, it revealed how easily wicked societies fall, just like the Tower of Babel, how sin leaves people spiritually defenseless. Sin leads people spiritually defenseless. Just like when Eve, she saw the fruit, she ate it, and then she was led spiritually defenseless because she saw that she was naked. Not just the external nakedness, but the internal nakedness of losing the righteousness of Christ, the righteousness of Yahweh Elohim. And another point, how quickly earthly security disappears. Earthly security seems externally that it has this strong masculine appearance, but just like sin, once you partake in it, you see this weak, corrupt, just, you feel me? So how quickly earthly security disappears. This mirrors Revelation chapter 18, verse 17. For in 1 hour such great riches came to nothing. A day equals 1,000 years. So 1,000 years on earth equals a day in heaven. So an hour is probably like a day or something down here. So when it says, for in 1 hour such great riches came to nothing, Revelation chapter 18, verse 17, it's talking about the nations of the world. That time has not yet come when all of the traditions of men, all of the world religions will come to an end. And at the end of the day, that's what all riches lead to. In this world, all riches, all money, all luxury is for the churches. That's why the Vatican is the richest place in the world. It's the richest city in the world. It's the richest kingdom in the world. 1.5 billion people pay a whole bunch of money to the Vatican to have their sins absolved, which is not biblical. No man can forgive sins. Only the Father in heaven can forgive sins. So you're starting to see how this system is built on moral corruption. Yet, externally, no one can see that moral corruption because it gives off the representation of Christianity. That's why Revelation chapter 13 says that it had 2 horns like a lamb, but it speaks like a beast. So externally, it looks good, but internally, it speaks like Satan himself. Okay, this is not my opinion. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just the messenger. I'm just telling y'all what the book says. You can go read it for yourselves, brothers and sisters. Okay, so what happened to Sodom prefigures the fall of Babylon the Great. What we're reading right now, it's pointing towards what will happen very soon, brothers and sisters. So Lot is taken captive, a warning about dwelling near sin. This is pivotal. This is important. Lot dwelt in Sodom. Okay, we know this. But not because he was wicked. Lot wasn't internally just morally wicked. He didn't have an inclination to go out there and do wickedness. But get this. But because the land looked appealing, he chose it. It had that external representation of, but choosing proximity to corruption made him vulnerable. So he chose to be close to the corruption, which opened up the door for his vulnerability. And ultimately, his soon demise, as we will read. So this teaches righteous people are not immune to consequences when they attach themselves to compromised environments. One more time. Righteous people are not immune to consequences when they attach themselves to compromised environments. Spiritual compromise often begins with small decisions. End-time believers must avoid placing themselves where the beast system can control, influence, or capture them. This parallels Revelation chapter 18, verse 4, which says, "Come out of her, my people." Yahweh Elohim is telling us to come out of her, my people. Come out of these systems, these false corrupt systems, these false traditions of man, these false apostate Christian churches. Come out of them. Develop your relationship with Yahweh Elohim. That's what matters the most. That's what matters most. Your personal relationship with God. A denomination is not going to save you. Oh, I'm a Pentecostal. Oh, I'm a Sabbath keeper. Oh, I'm a Seventh-day Adventist. Oh, I'm a Baptist. Oh, I'm an Anabaptist. Oh, I'm a Calvinist. Hey, guess what? Yahweh doesn't care. He doesn't care. I'm sorry to tell you, but he does not care. What he cares about is your relationship with him. Do you have a relationship with him? Your denomination is not what's going to save you. Your mother, your papa, your sister, your brother, your auntie, your uncle, and the pope, and the bishop, and the priest, none of them can do it. Only you can do it. You can do it. You can do it. And that's the whole point of the gospel. That's why Revelation 18:4 says, "Come out of her, my people, lest you share in her sins, and lest you receive of her plagues." Once again, I'm just a messenger, brothers and sisters. So look, Lot chose Sodom for its worldly advantages. But the sin of that city cost him far more than he gained. Patriarchs and Prophets chapter 14. The Lord's purpose was to save Lot from the corrupting influences of Sodom. That's why when Yahweh Elohim sent the angels had to grab Lot and physically pull him out, because it was not Yahweh's will that he should perish. Okay, just as Elohim used this crisis to call Lot back, end-time crisis will call Elohim's people away from the coming Sunday law system and the alliances of spiritual Babylon. Because that's how spiritual Babylon will do it. They will implement the Sunday law from the blue letters, which will happen very soon, brothers and sisters. Message of hope. Even though Lot made unwise choices, Elohim did not abandon him. Elohim allowed a crisis to pull him out before it destroyed him, just like Revelation 18:4. Come out of her, my people. If you've ever wandered too close to danger, if you've ever settled somewhere spiritually compromising, Yahweh still knows how to rescue you. Just as Abraham will move immediately to rescue Lot, as we will read, Yeshua is our great Redeemer who comes for his people when they are surrounded, captured, or overwhelmed. Hold fast. Your deliverer never waits. He moves, he saves, he restores. Let's end with this verse. Philippians chapter 1, verses 6. Being confident of this very thing, that he who has begun a good work in you will complete it until the day of Yeshua the Messiah. This was Genesis chapter 14, verses 10 through 12, exegesis.